push Mrs. Miller?
If you didn't push me, how did I knock into the table?
I saw that bad woman trip Grandma.
Ms. Cook, kids' eyes are sharp. I believe you know how Mrs. Miller fell.
Linda, what happened?
How could I hurt Mrs. Miller? Don't believe a kid's words. Mrs. Miller, don't believe them?
Linda, I know you well.
Well,
Wallace, I am not stupid. It was her who wanted to hurt me. I won't allow such a vicious woman to marry you.
I know Edith well. I've installed cameras here. If you want to know whether she tripped you, let's check the surveillance video.
what the surveillance video?
There used to be a burglary, so Wallace installed a dozen pinhole cameras at home.
Let's check the surveillance video.
Why did you help an outsider? Don't you respect me?
All right. Stop quarreling. Since everyone is here, let's have a family meeting. Come here with me.
Mrs. Miller, are you okay?
I'm fine. Don't worry.
Mommy, I want ice cream.
Okay, I'll buy you later.
Luca, be good. I will buy you and Mommy ice cream when we leave here, okay?
Okay.
Mrs. Miller, it seems we can't be a family.
Linda, don't be disappointed. I only like you.
Wallace is trying to protect Edith. It's a pity.
Linda, don't worry. As long as I am here, she can't be a member of the Miller family.
Okay, I'll listen to you.
Wallace, you are the successor to the Miller family. There are so many wealthy girls. Why do you like this wild woman? I've discussed it with Linda. If you like Luca, Linda will take care of him after she marries you.
No need. It's my business. I'll make a decision on my own.
You?
Edith married me instead of the Miller family.
All right, stop saying that. Felicia, Wallace is not a child. You don't have to worry about his marriage.
What's wrong with you? Linda is from the Cook family. You watch her grow up. The two families have agreed with their marriage. The cooperation will help Wallace.
Forget it, Mrs. Miller. We can't force Wallace.
Linda, it's best to think this way. Well, I have several grandsons. Tell me who you like. I will help you.
Gary. You know the one Linda likes?
Wallace is nice when he protects me.
Don't you feel comfortable? I will ask my brother to send you some medicine from abroad. Okay?
Linda, Grandpa hasn't had a good sleep for 2 weeks.
Grandpa, what happened?
Alas, the cat knocked over the essential oil your grandma left.
Therefore, Grandpa couldn't sleep.
Is the essential oil expensive? Master Miller, it doesn't matter. I know a man. He can buy anything. I'll ask him for help.
Grandpa has tried everything. I bought another essential oil. The bottle is the same, but Grandpa said it was different.
Gary, may I have a look at the bottle of the essential oil your wife left for you?
Well,
Are you talking nonsense? What's the point of showing it? The essential oil left by Laura is especially made for her by the royal family.
Gary, although I can't make the same essential oil, which means a lot to you, I hope I can do something for you.
nice. Lane, bring the essential oil I kept in the safe here.
Yes, Master Miller.
The bottle of the essential oil is made of diamond. It's invaluable. How could an outsider touch it? In case it is broken, no matter how much it is, you will be heartbroken.
That's enough. Felicia, stop talking. Behave yourself as an elder. Here is the essential oil. However, it was knocked over by accident.
Hello, hello, Lexi.
Gary, let me take a look.
Hey, hold on.
I
Madam
picked
Miller
up
liked this
crumbles.
the most when she was alive. Don't touch it.
What if you break it?
Don't worry, I'm here.
That's right. Wallace is right. Don't worry. Here it is.
She's pretending. Be cautious. The bottle was invaluable. Don't break it.
My mommy is amazing.
Mrs. Miller, look at this boy. He imitates his mom and is also good at lying. What if he grows up like this?
Like mother, like son. He will bring disgrace on us. Linda, you have to teach him more.
You may rest assured.
Hey,
Felicia, can you shut up? Edith, what do you think?
how could she think? Look at her. How could she know anything?
Gary, please give me 3 days. I can make a bottle of it.
Edith, you can make essential oil.
This is from the royal family. How could she know how to make it?
You not interrupt all the time.
Gary, the essential oil is of the mixed smell of leaves and mud. It's bitter but fresh. The essential oil carries a lot of memories of you and Laura. Laura must be a kind and graceful beauty.
Edith, stop talking nonsense. There is no smell of mud. It is from the royal family.
Nonsense. Laura was a dignified princess with noble blood. The essential oil will be sold at millions of dollars at an auction.
My grandpa has searched everywhere. Dozens of perfumers said that they could make it, but none of them satisfied Grandpa.
What matters, isn't it, is expensive. Something simple can be valuable.
You are right. Edith, can you make essential oil?
Yes, Gary. To avoid mistakes, I need to. Take the essential oil back.
Okay, no problem.
Gary, I don't agree. She is a liar. The essential oil is unique. How can she make the same one?
For an expert perfumer, it's not hard to reproduce. It's just a matter of time.
My mommy is the best perfumer.
An expert perfumer? Wallace, that's impossible. There are few perfumers worldwide and almost no female perfumers, let alone an expert perfumer.
That's true. Are you an assistant perfumer who does odds and ends?
No matter she is a perfumer or not. Gary, you are aged with weakened immune systems. Her essential oil may be poisonous. Who knows what she's thinking? What if something happens to you after you smell her essential oil?
That's enough. I believe you.
Gary, you've just met her. How could you believe her? I've been here for years and done everything for the Miller family. Don't you know me? She pushed me today, and I almost lost my life. But you haven't said a word for me.
Wallace, Edith is your wife. You know her the best. What's your opinion?
I know Edith and her ability. I'll take the bottle with me. Grandpa, give me 3 days. I won't let you down.
No way. The bottle is worth a fortune. It needs someone to look after it. What if it is broken?
If it is broken, you have to divorce.
I'll take responsibility.
You, Wallace.
I'll say it again. Edith is my wife. She is and will always be. Don't interfere in my marriage. Luca, let's go.
Alicia, you are Wallace's mom. You should act like an elder. Humph.
Keep quarreling. After their fight, the Miller family might be mine. Grandpa, wait for me.
Mrs. Miller, did you see that? There is no possibility between Wallace and me.
Why did you say that? It's not
From
true.
Philippines.
I only accept you to be Wallace's wife.
Mrs. Miller, you've seen. Edith is so scheming. Wallace is now fascinated by her. He only focuses on her. How can I be her match?
I've met many women like her. She is greedy for money. I wonder what Wallace is thinking. He ignored you, a perfect girl, to marry a wild woman.
Mrs. Miller, don't be angry. My friend got a new beauty salon.
Okay, Linda, you are so sensible.
Mrs. Miller, let's go.
We are home.
Luca, go to bed early. You'll go to kindergarten tomorrow.
I don't want to go to kindergarten.
You did fine abroad. Why don't you want to go there?
Kindergarten kids are so naive. They are prone to crying. I don't like kids who cry.
How can you meet Dad in outer space if you don't go to kindergarten?
Daddy is back from outer space, so I don't want to be an astronaut.
Well, how embarrassing. I said that without thinking.
Luca, be good. All children go to kindergarten.
Okay, I'm going to kindergarten.
Luca, you are the best.
Well,
How dare you?
what?
You told Luca I was in outer space. Am I dead?
No, that's...
What? If I haven't looked for you, do you want to?
Mr. Miller,
Wallace. My name Tell me, about Luca. If I hadn't come to you, would you have lied to me forever? Or are you just like all those women who want to be pregnant with my child and be my wife?
Not everyone is that nasty, or wants to marry a rich man.
Well, Edith, nobody hates money, and neither do you.
Yeah, you're right. Nobody hates money. You have nothing to worry about, and you're high and mighty. You don't even need anything. Have you ever experienced when you have nothing but to beg for help? Do you know how ordinary people are in distress for lack of money? Right. Money gets me a decent life, but I can work on my own. If I want to live a decent life, I can do it all on my own, without being your wife.
Edith,
What do you want?
the bottle you just threw was from my grandma to my grandpa.
Damn it, I got so excited that I forgot I was holding it. If I break it, I definitely can't afford it. How much is the bottle?
Well, it's not expensive. It's just worth over $6 million. Just pay for it if you break it. After all, you can work yourself. Not to mention lack of money. I won't get you in trouble.
Hey, that's $6 million. How can I prepare $6 million?
This is my comic book. Give it back. This is my comic book, you idiot. My dad bought me this comic book. You're an idiot. How dare you curse me? What's this? Show me. It's a gift from my great-grandpa. I won't show it to you. Give it to me, or I'll beat you up. Mom, Luca hit me. Boo-boo. Mom, Luca hit me.
Hello, Miss Taylor.
Hi, Mrs. Miller. Luca hit his classmate Charlie, so you should come to school.
What? All right, I'll be right there.
Ms. Taylor, you must explain this to me today.
Mrs. Moore.
Since Luca has just entered the kindergarten for a few days, and he is hitting Charlie, he may become a bully at the Thurman kindergarten later.
Mrs. Moore, Thurman International is the most reputed kindergarten in Normal. No bullying is possible here.
Charlie grabbed my comic book.
Charlie had a test before. He is a genius with an IQ of 120, so would he take your stupid book?
Charlie really grabbed my book, and everyone saw it.
Look, he was talking back to me. Ms. Taylor, I heard my son say that. Luca is a fool. It's improper to admit a fool to a repeat school in Normal.
Mrs. Moore, it's improper for you to say that.
My husband is on your board. I heard him say that.
You're the fool.
I don't want to talk to you. Miss Taylor, where is he? I have to go to Mrs. Evans' party later. I don't have time for this.
Mrs. Moore, I've rushed her. Please wait a little longer.
Charlie has always come top of any contest in kindergarten. He was bullied by a boy this time, and he should take responsibility for this to the end.
You're right, Mrs. Moore.
Miss Taylor, I'm sorry to be late. There was a bit of traffic.
Mommy.
Luca, your great-grandpa's outside. Go find him. I've heard about it. Mandy, why are you here?
Was that your son? Well, after our college reunion, I heard that you slept with a homeless man on the street, and you got pregnant out of wedlock. I had thought it was a rumor. It wasn't true, was it?
No need to talk about the past.
Who is? Your son's father. You didn't marry that guy, did you? Where have you been these years? You're not in our chat group, so we don't know how you're doing. You didn't pick up this outfit from the trash, did you?
I'm here to settle Luca's affair, not to remind you of the past.
What a coincidence. Luca bullied Charlie, so you have to explain this to me, right?
Mrs. Miller, Luca, and Charlie had a little dispute.
My son was nearly disfigured, but you said it was just a dispute.
Mandy, did you go too far? My son told me. Charlie was bullying him.
Edith, what did you mean?
What did I mean? My son told me. Charlie grabbed his comic book. It's a gift from his great-grandpa. He even called my son an idiot. Mandy, listen carefully. It had nothing to do with my son, and it was all Charlie's fault.
Charlie told me that Luca bullied him. Not only did you not explain to me, but you were so arrogant.
Didn't you hear me? I said it was all Charlie's fault.
Nonsense. Edith, did Luca tell the truth? Charlie said, Luca bullied him, so it was Luca's fault. Charlie's injury was no big deal, but if he got psychic trauma, he'd be in pain for his whole life. Could you be responsible for him?
I heard Charlie's tall and strong. So how could Luca bully him?
Mrs. Moore, Mrs. Miller are still young, so it's inevitable they will fight. I asked you to come here today to discuss this matter with you peacefully.
I think there's nothing to discuss. My son was nearly disfigured. Forget the medical bills. 100,000 for moral damages. Not a penny less.
What? $100,000?
That's right. It was moral damages. Not a penny less. My husband is on the board of Thurman, International Kindergarten. If you don't agree with me, it'll be fine. We can follow the process. By then, your mom will pay us. But I'll ask my husband to expel Luca from the kindergarten.
Mandy, don't push your luck.
Charlie is a genius. He has 100,000 in insurance. Luca is just a bastard without a father. He's nothing compared to Charlie, but he even dares to bully Charlie.
Who did you call a bastard?
You got pregnant with a hobo's kid. So if he weren't a bastard, who would it be?
Please respect me.
If you want me to respect you, sure, I'll give you respect.
Moore, why did you hit her? Mrs. Miller, are you okay?
I'm fine, Miss Taylor. My son didn't bully Charlie, and Charlie grabbed his comic book, a gift from his great-grandpa. Mandy, don't go too far.
It said that every dog has its day. My husband is a million dollars, and you're raising a bastard you had with a homeless guy. By the way, was it nice to be kicked out of the Collins family? Here's the deal. You don't have to pay for it. You just need to apologize to me. And Luca needs to be Charlie's lackey. What do you think?
Charlie should apologize, right?
Edith, don't push your luck.
Mandy, you've gone too far. I didn't want to bother with you. You can complain, but you've gone too far. Today, you and your son must apologize to Luca.
We should apologize. Edith, my husband Simon is on the board here. I'll call him right now and ask him to expel your bastard.
Mr. Miller, something's wrong. Luca was in trouble at school, and Mrs. Miller's dealing with it. They're still arguing about it.
What's going on? He's in trouble after 2 days.
Hey, Mr. Miller.
Edith, I'll give you a chance. You will either pay for it or apologize to me. Otherwise, just wait until Luca is expelled from kindergarten.
Children who are expelled from our kindergarten can't get into another one.
Did you hear that? You'll either pay for it or apologize to me, or else your bastard will never go to school in his whole life.
Apologize to you?
Isn't it Mr. Miller from the party? He's the heir of the Miller family. Mr. Miller, what brings you here?
Wallace, her son, bullied Luca. She said she would expel Luca.
Really? I'll solve the problem.
Edith, do you know Mr. Miller?
She's my wife. What relation do you think we have?
What? Is Edith your wife? What's going on here? Edith, didn't you get pregnant out of wedlock with a homeless guy? Why did you marry Mr. Miller?
You have so many questions. Which one should I answer first?
Mr. Miller,
You'll explain it in half a minute.
Luca bullied Charlie, and his face was almost disfigured. So I came here to find it out.
No. Charlie bullied Luca and grabbed his comic book, and he called Luca an idiot.
Idiot? Who's the idiot? Stop it. I'll arrange for your son to be examined by the best doctors.
You don't have to, Mr. Miller.
It's all right. Case by case. Is everything okay?
Yeah, right. Everything's fine.
Now we need to settle the score. You hurt my wife, and you're going to expel my son from school, right?
And she wanted Luca to be a lackey.
No, it's not like that. Mr. Miller, I was joking.
Joking? Tell me, how will you get relieved?
Will you do it for me?
Yes.
Edith, we were in college together, and at least we were best friends. I was just joking. You wouldn't mind, would you?
You have a unique way of joking. You called my son a bastard in front of me. Do you think that's a joke?
I was really joking, and I didn't know. Luca was Mr. Miller's son. For the sake of our old friendship, just forgive me once, okay?
Well, my son is a bastard.
No, Mr. Miller. I didn't know Luca was your son. If I had known, I would have...
You mean that if Luca had been anyone else, he'd have deserved to be bullied?
That's not what I'm saying. Ms. Taylor, say something for me.
Sam, inform all families in Normal to dissociate from the Moore group. Also in my name, withdraw Simon from the board of the kindergarten. Yeah.
No, Mr. Miller. I know it's my fault.
Ms. Taylor, just expel Charlie. Tell the principal it was my decision.
Okay, Mr. Miller.
Edith, give me another chance. I was wrong. I was really wrong. Please give me a chance.
Have you ever given me a chance? Let's go.
I'll carry Luca to the bedroom.
Okay. Hey, Helen, what's up?
Edith, do you remember that rich guy Zachary who returned from studying overseas? When are you available?
Helen,
Zachary used to be our alumni. He didn't mind you having a kid, so you should give him a
You should think about it. Look at you. Do you look like his mother now?
Wallace, I told you that. You should consider for yourself and the Miller family. You're the heir to...
Vector,
That Laura left for me.
What? It's the same essential oil that Madame Miller left behind. How could that happen?
Gary, it's not so hard to make it. If you like it, I'll make it when you run out of it.
Wow, Edith is so brilliant. It seems like Grandpa will get a nice sleep tonight.
Edith. Wallace was right about you. I really like the essential oil.
Why would you think she did it right?
Felicia, do you think I'm talking nonsense?
I'm afraid it is poisonous.
Mom, I'll say it again. Edith is my wife. If you don't respect her, I'll never bring her home again.
Wallace, I'm your mother. How can you talk to me like that?
That's enough. Felicia, I've spoiled you too much. You should think about it. Look at you. Do you look like his mother now?
Wallace, I told you that. You should consider for yourself and the Miller family. You're the heir to our family. But how could you lower yourself to marry this ordinary woman?
Wallace, can't you see how much I've loved you all these years?
Right, Wallace. Linda is much better than her.
Felicia, forced love does not last. Wallace and I are truly in love. Are you going to break us up? As the richest family in Normal, if you talk about a perfect match, no family can match yours, right?
What did you say?
Mom, are you done?
Wallace, how can you talk to Felicia like that for a woman?
Are you trying to annoy me? As long as I'm here, she'll never marry into our family.
Mom.
For the first time in Dubai, Mega Campus Summit. Richard Branson, Luke Besson, Khabib Nurmagomedov, Randy Zuckerberg, Casey Neistat. They will gather on one stage on December 2 to 3 at Coca-Cola Arena. Join the largest business forum in the world. Click Learn More and submit your application.
Mom. She needn't enter our family, let alone need you to support her. I can raise my wife on my own. What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
I'm so angry.
Damn it, Edith is a bitch. Why did Wallace speak up for her? Oh. What's up?
Linda, I've emailed you all the details about Edith. Also, Edith will have a project to discuss with Mr. Dudley tomorrow afternoon.
Mr. Dudley? All right, I got it. Hey, Mr. Dudley, you're naughty.
Naughty? Hello?
Hi, Mr. Dudley. It's me, Linda.
Well, Miss Cook, what can I do for you? Edith. Okay, okay. You know how I love pretty girls. Ha ha ha.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dudley. I'll buy you dinner sometime.
Okay.
Edith, you deserve it.
Hi, Miss Collins. Come on in. Miss Collins, we need to talk. You sit so far away from me. Come on, sit with me. Miss Collins, you look gorgeous.
Mr. Dudley, let's talk about work. Among so many companies in Normal, the hair trading has stood out. In addition to the policy support, I've heard that the leaders are highly recognized for their talent.
Ha ha ha. Miss Collins, stop kidding. We just do import-export business, but you're pretty, kind, and ambitious. You're going global at a young age.
Mr. Dudley, don't make fun of me. The path doesn't matter, as long as it's popular. By the way, as for the herbs we discussed on the phone...
Miss Collins, you're already here, so do we need to talk about work?
Mr. Dudley, you are so busy, so I don't want to waste your time. Look at the cooperative scheme.
Ms. Collins, you seem insincere.
Mr. Dudley, let's talk about cooperation.
Ms. Collins, I have the utmost integrity. About cooperation, I just like to talk in bed. If you can make me happy, I can promise you my cooperation.
Mr. Dudley, please behave yourself.
Ms. Collins, since you refused me, you can have a drink, right?
Mr. Dudley, I'm not thirsty.
Ms. Collins, who do you think I am? You have to be sincere to do it. Aren't you just a loose woman? Why are you pretending to be proud? You slept with a homeless guy and got pregnant out of wedlock? You just need to sleep with me for one night to get cooperation.
But why don't you
like it? Come on, have a drink. Edith, I'm being direct. If you make me happy, we can cooperate later. I'll buy all your perfumes.
Go away.
Go away. Bitch, are you pretending to be innocent? Didn't you sleep with lots of men?
Stop it.
Let go of me.
Ah.
Don't be afraid.
Who is it? Who dares to upset me?
It's me.
Mr. Miller, why are you here?
You groped my wife, so shouldn't I come?
What? Is she your wife?
That's right.
Mr. Miller, it was my fault, Mr. Miller. I was just talking to Edith. No, I was joking with Mrs. Miller. Mrs. Miller asked me to cooperate. I'll sign the contract now. Right now. I'll sign it now.
Joking? You touched my wife, but you told me you were joking. Mr. Dudley, I think you've done a good business in Normal these past 2 years, so you're being arrogant.
Mr. Miller, no, I was wrong. I didn't know she was Mrs. Miller. If I had known it, I wouldn't have dared to do it. Please forgive me. I was wrong.
You said you didn't mean it. You just touched my wife purposely.
No.
You should know the rules of doing business in Normal. The fate of the Hans family is in my hands.
Mr. Miller, no. I didn't do it. Ms. Cook put me up to it.
Ms. Cook.
Yes, Mr. Miller. That was Linda. She made me do it. Mr. Miller, I'm just a businessman. If Mrs. Miller wanted to cooperate, I'd be glad to do it. How would I dare bully her?
Mr. Dudley, men who are capable, or women who can sleep with you, would cooperate with you only.
No, Mrs. Miller, that's not true. If I knew you were Mrs. Miller, I wouldn't have dared to do it. I was wrong. Mrs. Miller, it was my fault?
If another girl had come today, would she deserve to be tortured?
Oh no, Mrs. Miller. That's not what happened. It was Linda. She told me to do that. I'd love to discuss cooperation with you. She asked me to take good care of you in bed. So, I know I was wrong, Mrs. Miller. I'll never dare to do it again.
Hans, your brothers are well behaved? So I'll let you go this time, and I won't argue with you.
Thank you, Mr. Miller.
Thank
you so much.
But as of tomorrow, you will disappear from Normal. Don't let me see you again.
Mr. Miller,
Aren't you satisfied?
Yes, I'm satisfied.
Come with me.
Ouch. What are you doing? It hurts.
Edith, you didn't listen to me. I don't oppose your career, but you should know what you're doing.
I was just discussing cooperation.
Have you thought about what would have happened to you if I had been a little late today?
It was an accident.
An accident? A lot of businessmen are assholes. There will be. Different bosses getting you in trouble every day. Have you thought about the results? If I arrive a little late today?
I'm a victim. How could I know Hans was like it? He told me on the phone that he would sign the project, but...
There are so many people like Hans.
Alright, I got it. I'm gonna pick Luca up from school.
Edith. From now on, just tell me wherever you go or whatever you do. It can't happen again like today.
I see.
What? Hans is such a fool. He couldn't even do this well. Wallace, why are you here? Don't just stand there. Sit here. Well, Wallace, what do you want to drink? Coffee or wine?
I have
a... No need.
No need.
Ah, it's fine, Wallace. It's been a long time since we've talked like this. I miss when we were together.
Tell me, did you ask Hans to do that?